Imagine, just for a moment, holding a single, unimaginably powerful ticket in your hand. But this isn't a ticket to a place, it's a ticket to a moment. You have one choice. Do you use it to travel back and erase the absolute greatest regret of your life, or do you journey 500 years forward to witness a future where humanity might be completely unrecognizable? You see, the concept of bending time isn't just some sci-fi fantasy, it is quite literally the greatest unsolved enigma of human existence. Every single day, every passing second, time drags us all in one relentless direction. But what if we could fight back? What if the river of time could actually be navigated? Well, today, we're going on a journey into the shadows of space and time to uncover exactly where myth ends and breathtaking, sometimes terrifying science begins.
To really understand our deep obsession with time, we have to look at the stories we tell ourselves. Take the astonishing urban legend of a man named Andrew Carlson. The year was 2003. The New York stock market was in a volatile, unpredictable slump. And suddenly, this completely unknown 44-year-old man just steps onto the trading floor. He has no prior financial record, no traceable history whatsoever, and yet he begins predicting the stock market with 100% impossible accuracy. The authorities are absolutely baffled. I mean, how on earth is he doing this? When the FBI finally brings him in for questioning, suspecting some massive insider trading scheme, Carlson looks the agents dead in the eye, perfectly calm, and gives them an answer that literally sucked the air out of the room. He calmly claimed he was a time traveler from the year 2256.
The sheer scale of the impossibility here is just staggering. Carlson started with a measly $800. In just 2 weeks, executing over 100 perfect trades, he turned that into $350 million. He told the authorities that his era had historical records of all the worst stock market crashes and booms, and he simply used that knowledge to get rich. He even offered to reveal the cure for HIV/AIDS and the exact location of Osama bin Laden in exchange for his immediate release. But here is the real twist of the story. Someone paid his $1 million bail, he walked out of jail, and just completely vanished. No birth certificate, no social security number, nothing. Now, investigative journalists later discovered this entire story actually originated as a satirical piece in a tabloid called the Weekly World News, and it just spiraled into a massive internet legend. But the fact that millions of people believed it and desperately wanted it to be true proves one very real thing. Humanity is starved for time travel to be real.
Which brings us to Section 1, the Time Traveler's Party. Specifically,
that desperation to bend time isn't just limited to internet legends. It reaches the very highest echelons of modern physics. One of the most brilliant minds in human history, Sir Stephen Hawking, designed a beautifully elegant experiment to find out if time travelers from the future are walking among us right now. The scene was set on June 28, 2009. Picture a grand historic hall at the University of Cambridge. Helium balloons floating in the air, chilled champagne resting on the tables, a large banner proudly reading, "Welcome, Time Travelers." Stephen Hawking sat perfectly still in the center of the room, just listening to the ticking of the clock, waiting. But here's the genius twist of his experiment. Hawking didn't send the invitations out before the party. He only released the exact GPS coordinates in the time of the party to the public after the party was already over. This meant the only possible way to attend was to read the invitation in the future and travel back in time to that specific room. Hawking waited all night. The ice melted, the room remained completely empty. No one came. It was a poetic, somewhat lonely proof, suggesting that travel to the past might just be impossible. But as you'll see, the actual science of time is far stranger than a single empty room.
Moving on to Section 2, Ancient Echoes of Time Before Science Fiction.
You know, long before Hollywood gave us DeLoreans, and long before H.G. Wells ever penned The Time Machine, humanity was already grappling with this idea that time is elastic. These aren't just new concepts born out of modern mathematics, they're woven incredibly deeply into the fabric of our ancient texts. In Islamic tradition, there is the deeply revered story of Ashab-e-Kahf, the sleepers of the cave. It's about young men fleeing persecution who hide in a cave and fall asleep. By divine intervention, they awaken feeling as though only a single day has passed. But when they venture into the city to buy food, they discover their coins are ancient relics. 309 years had passed while they slept. It's a breathtaking leap straight into the future. Similarly, in ancient Hindu texts, we find the mesmerizing tale of King Kakudmi. He travels to the cosmic realm of Brahmalok to meet the creator, Brahma. After waiting what feels like just a short time while a musical performance finishes, Brahma laughs and informs the king that during his incredibly brief wait, 27 Chatur Yugas, entire ages of mankind, have passed on Earth. His friends, his family, his descendants, they are all long gone. Now, what is truly mind-blowing about all of this is that these ancient storytellers weren't just writing good fiction, they were perfectly describing a phenomenon that modern physics would eventually prove to be entirely real. Today, we call this time dilation. It is the absolute, scientifically verified fact that time is not some rigid, ticking clock that behaves the exact same way for everyone. Time is flexible. It can stretch out. It can squeeze together. What feels like a brief afternoon nap to one observer can literally be centuries to another. This is where our ancient folklore beautifully and almost hauntingly bleeds directly into the realm of hard, uncompromising astrophysics.
This brings us to Section 3, Einstein's Spacetime Revolution, shattering the rigid clock.
The man who fundamentally shattered our rigid illusion of time was, of course, Albert Einstein. Picture this, it's 1905. He's working as a humble patent clerk, and he starts looking closely at Isaac Newton's long-standing belief that time was absolute, this constant, unyielding river. Einstein realized Newton was wrong. Space and time are not separate entities at all. They are woven together into a single, highly flexible fabric called space-time. And central to this entire revelation is one specific magic number, the speed of light, roughly 300,000 kilometers per second. Einstein deduced that the speed of light is the absolute speed limit of the universe. It simply cannot be broken. So imagine you're on a train moving incredibly fast and you shine a flashlight forward. Common sense tells us the speed of that beam of light should be the train speed plus the flashlight speed. But Einstein proved that light speed never, ever changes. So if the speed of light is completely fixed, something else has to give. And that something is time. The closer you move to the speed of light, the slower time passes for you relative to someone just standing still. If you could travel in a spaceship at near light speed for a single year, you might return to Earth to find that thousands of years had passed for all of us. You would have effectively built a one-way time machine straight into the future.
And listen, this isn't just some wild theory on a chalkboard. It is a proven physical reality. In 1971, physicists Richard Huffaly and Joseph Keating conducted this legendary experiment. They took highly precise atomic clocks, left a few of them on the ground, and strapped others into commercial jet planes that flew all the way around the world. When those planes landed, they compared the clocks. And sure enough, the clocks that had been moving at high speeds on the jets were physically lagging behind the clocks on Earth by fractions of a second. The fast-moving clocks had actually experienced less time. Time travel into the future is a proven, documented scientific reality. In fact, the GPS satellites orbiting our planet right now experience this time dilation constantly. Our engineers actually have to manually correct their clocks every single day, because if they didn't, our maps and navigation systems would completely break down.
Which leads us to Section 4, the gravity of time, the pull of the future.
But you see, speed is really only half of Einstein's magnificent equation. He later unveiled that immense gravitational forces also severely bend time. We've all heard the analogy, right? Think of space as a massive trampoline. If you place a really heavy bowling ball right in the middle, the fabric naturally dips. Well, that dip is gravity. And down in that dip, time actually slows down. Now imagine a black hole, an object so unfathomably dense, with gravity so terrifyingly powerful that not even light itself can escape its pull. Black holes are the ultimate time machines. If you were to somehow park your spaceship near a supermassive black hole, the intense gravity would physically drag on your clock. 1 hour spent on a planet near a black hole could equal 7 years passing back here on Earth. If you survived those immense forces, you could literally spend a weekend there, come home, and be greeted by your great-great-grandchildren. The universe already possesses the exact mechanics to propel you into the future.
Let's look at Section 5, Paradoxes and Parallel Realities. Why we can't go back.
Here's where things get truly tense. If physics absolutely allows us to travel into the future, and mathematically equations like the Einstein-Rosen bridge suggest tunnels could exist linking 2 points in space and time, why does the universe so violently oppose us traveling into the past? Because the moment we try to reverse the flow, reality itself starts to break down. Think about this chilling logic puzzle. If you build a time machine, travel back 60 years, and accidentally or purposefully prevent your grandparents from ever meeting, what happens to you?
This is famously known as the grandfather paradox, and it is an absolute nightmare for physicists. It creates an impossible universe-breaking loop. Look at it this way. If you stop your ancestors from meeting, your parents are never born. If your parents are never born, you were never born. But if you were never born, who built the time machine and went back in time to stop them from meeting in the first place? It's a complete logical contradiction that breaks the fundamental rules of cause and effect. It's an impossible situation.
And this impossible contradiction is exactly why Stephen Hawking proposed what he called the chronology protection conjecture. Hawking theorized that the universe actually has built-in defense mechanisms. He believed that the very laws of physics actively prevent macroscopic time travel into the past. If you even tried to create a closed time loop, the quantum energy buildup would become so intensely unstable that the wormhole or the machine itself would violently collapse before you could ever take a single step through it. The universe, in its elegant, terrifying wisdom, protects its own history, preventing us from breaking reality.
But modern quantum physics does offer one breathtaking, cinematic loophole to this cosmic restriction: the multiverse theory. What if time isn't just a single fragile string, but an endlessly branching tree? Under this theory, if you go back and change something, you don't actually erase your own past. Instead, the very moment you make a change, reality violently splinters. You create a brand new parallel universe. In this new timeline, you were never born, sure, but the original timeline you came from still exists perfectly intact. You haven't changed your history, you've literally just stepped off the train and walked onto an entirely new set of tracks. It's a dizzying concept that suggests endless, infinite versions of you are living out every possible outcome of every single decision you've ever made.
Finally, Section 6. We are time travelers. The journey forward.
Let's step away from the staggering, dizzying heights of quantum physics for a moment and bring this right back down to you. Because beneath all the complex equations lies a deeply emotional, grounding realization. You are a time traveler. We all are. Every single time you close your eyes and fall asleep, your consciousness drifts away into a completely different state. Your brain processes dreams where hours feel like minutes and minutes feel like days. And while you rest, the physical world outside continues to age without you. When you open your eyes in the morning, you have successfully traveled 8 hours into the future. It is a biological, almost spiritual form of time travel that we all experience every single day. We are all active passengers on a vessel hurtling relentlessly into an unknown tomorrow, writing history with every breath we take. Which brings us to our final thought. The laws of physics allow the future to be reached, but they lock the past away from us forever. The moments you are living right now are solidifying into a history that no machine will ever be able to rewrite. So the only timeline you truly have the power to alter is the one unfolding directly in front of you. What will your future self remember about today? When you inevitably arrive in your own future, will you look back at this exact moment and wish you had used your time differently? The clock is always ticking. The journey forward never ever stops. So how will you use the time you have left?